Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video. Something a little different this time. Beautiful sunny day here in Vancouver, and so I thought I'd go outside and just film a little video for you for the intro here. Somebody asked me about the London Close trades and if they're still performing, as they always have. And boy, I mean, have they ever? We actually went through about maybe even over a week of no trades. There was just no setups. But you have to wait for, it doesn't matter what your trading method is, you always have to wait, right? Patience is something that's paramount in trading. So anyway, this week has been a really good week. We had 2 trades on Wednesday. I actually recorded them and that was going to be my weekly video, but then that was on Wednesday. Today, Thursday, there were 7 trades today that were, like 3 of them were actual London Close. 4 of them were trades that happened just before the London Close. So I made a video of all of them. I put them together from Wednesday and Thursday. So it's a bit of a longer video, but if this kind of trading interests you, have a look at them and see what you think about them. If you like this kind of video, let me know. Hit the like button, thumbs up. That'd be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have any questions about any of this, just let me know as well. And yeah, enjoy the video. Thanks. Alrighty, so the first one was on the US yen pair, and this was an early trade. It's set up before the actual London Close time window, which is something that I teach in the course as well to do. And this one came, you can see a level that it reacted off of here on the 4-hour chart, but more importantly, like we look at the daily, the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart, those are our higher time frames, and you can see on the 1-hour chart, that was a really good level. It was support level here, and there was resistance right here. And it came down and touched it with a stretched range well after this big move down here is red flag news. So we don't trade during that at all. One of the nice things about London Close trades is that they happen way after red flag news. Let me show you on the 5-minute chart. So this was the big red flag news down here. The fill was right in here. It didn't happen until much later on this pair, and it was down at 134.38, and it only needed a 12 pip risk, which puts it way down below here. And when it went up, it made, I believe it made a 2-to-1, or very close to it here. Let me just have a look here. It was at 38 or so, right there. Yeah, in any event, it was around there, and that was about 28. It was just shy of a 12-pip risk. See how it tested this little wick right here, and that was the end of it. So just under a 2-to-1. So another profitable trade. This is all about trade management now. You never, ever, with these short-term trades, you got to be on them. You can't just sit back with your arms crossed and hope, like do something, like take the risk out of the trade or take a 1-to-1 profit on part of your position or all of it when you're starting is fine. Just get used to doing these because they're really reliable. The other one was on the, and this, by the way, is the start of the London Close time window. Notice that this trade was taken here way before this London Close time window. So, that's something that, is okay to do if all of the conditions are correct, okay? Okay, let's go to the Euro-Yen trade. We had a Euro. Now, this was a London Close time window trade. So, again, same stuff, right? It comes down. Do you think this is a pretty good level here? I mean, this is like a fantastically good level. Really, really good. And so, if you go down to our entry time frame, well, price came down. It hit it. This is the London Close time window start. It hit it just before it, rallied up, and we started the London Close time window, it got filled down here. Now, this was a little bit different entry because of the stretch, because of the length of this swing and all that kind of thing. I cover all that as well because you want to buy that a little bit differently. It's because it's all about pip risk, and we keep it really, really small, which is pretty cool. Nice thing to do. You only need a 13 pip risk. This also made it just a hair under a 2-to-1 reward risk. Again, it tests these little wicks occasionally. And in any event, another winning trade. And the nice thing about it, like I'm sitting here telling you about all these trades and yada, yada, yada. I'm telling you, members in our room, in our chat room, are getting these trades. That's the best thing of all. Like, it doesn't matter if I get them or not. What matters is if what we're teaching works and people can do it. I mean, if it doesn't work and nobody can do it, well, it's pretty useless, right? So it does work, and people are getting them, and not everybody. I'm not trying to make it out like everybody's making thousands of pips. It takes time to learn all of this, right? So yeah, I just wanted to show you those just to make sure that everybody knows that LCTs are alive and well. They're doing just great. You just have to wait for them. And yes, you go through periods of time where there's nothing setting up. Those are the times. Go over the course again. Study. Wait. Sit on your hands. Don't do things that are outside of the rules. You're just going to end up paying for it in a bad way. Okay? So yeah, hope that you find these videos useful. Thanks. Okay, let's go through these trades, and these are from Thursday, May the 11th, 2023. First, like we had, there's like I say, 7 trades that set up this day, and all valid. And I'll run through them. I mean, our rules are very objective and really tight, so it's kind of hard to totally screw it up. But anyway, I'll go through them here. This is the euro-yen pair. First thing we always want to do is know that we're at some kind of a level of support resistance. In this case here, we used the 1-hour chart, and it was a very good level from back in here. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. You might say, well, you're cherry picking this because that's where it worked and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's wrong. Yes, this is great level of support, but the trade didn't qualify until it got down to here. If let me do this. In fact, here's what I do too, by the way. I use a line chart quite often on these things, because line charts show you levels really clearly, because we use the closing price. Let's just say you use this level here. Let's put another line there. And I'm just trying to give you a bit of an idea that, like, we don't cherry pick these things. They either they set up or they don't. Let's just say you pick this level right. There you go, right there. Okay, let's go down to our entry time frame. Let me just put this back to a candlestick chart so I don't forget, and it's a daily chart. Let's go to our entry time frame, the 5-minute chart. If I was going to try to buy it because of this level here, there's no pattern. There's nothing. There's no reason to trade it for several reasons. First of all, we never had a stretch range. Secondly, there's nothing valid in here to trade. Okay, the rules are pretty darn precise and objective. When it hit here, different story. Now we've hit that hourly level that I showed you. Price has got a stretched range. It's hit support, and this is a valid swing. This was the entry right down in here. But because of our rules, this was a break-even trade. Okay, look what happened after we got out for break-even. Would you be okay with that, or would you be, this is a stupid system, doesn't work? Listen, you have rules and you follow them or you don't. Do what you want to do. I'm telling you, I've done this for a very long time, and sometimes this will happen. You get out early and this happens, or you get out for break-even and the thing crashes and you're glad you did. I'd far rather just get out for break-even and be on the safe side with these things, because usually they move quite quickly for you, but if not, you get out. Okay, that was that one. Let me have a look at the next one. British pound, Japanese yen. Here's another one. This was a great level of support. Pretty obvious on this one, right? 4-hour level. Price comes down, hits it. Let's go to our entry time frame. It hit. Look where it hit it right here. Bounced up. That's a valid swing. See, none of this is valid. There's nothing to do. Now we get buying in here, and just nicely to move up here. That's way more than a 1-to-1. In fact, this got up 54 pips on a stop of 15 pips. So pretty good. I'm not saying you're going to get 54 pips. I'm just telling you there's that much potential in these trades. They can really take off. These are all early trades, by the way, that I'm showing you. The euro and this one. This is the actual London Close entry time window, but we didn't get there. It happened early. They can set up early. If they qualify, we take them. Let me see. Here is another British pound, US dollar. This had actually a couple trades on it today. The first one was right here. Well, this was a level of a great level of support right here. And let me see. Actually, hang on one second. Okay, what I want to do is I just want to show you. I'll show you this on this pair, and then I won't bother with every other pair. Believe me, the support levels that I show or the resistance levels are all very valid. In this case, one thing you can do, you can use line charts for finding this out. They're very effective. And on a daily chart, not much there. 4-hour chart, that's pretty good. That's a resistance level, a resistance level, a resistance level. It breaks through it, and now it could be support. And the thing is, why pick this level? Why not pick this one or all these other little ones in here? Because when price, let me just put this onto a candlestick chart. You can see the action around this level. Look at that. And so the reason is because when price, let me show you on the entry time frame. This price came screaming all the way down here, extended its range, and didn't do anything. There was nothing valid to even bother looking at until here. We wait for this confirmation. Here's the beginning of the London close time window, but this happened early. It went up, came down, the fill was here, up it went for another trade of more than 1-to-1 reward risk, which is we never ever lose money at that point. You can actually take a profit at 1-to-1 on part of your position or all of your position, or just move your stop to break even or do something, but we do not lose money when that happens. Okay, that was that one. US yen pair set up early today too. This pair came down to I mean, you can see the 4-hour chart, like what a great level that is. Okay, look at this big huge move up and comes down and tests it once, twice. By the way, I meant to mention, gee, I'm jumping back and forth here, sorry. Back on that British pound US dollar pair. I'll come back to it in a minute, actually, because it was also a London close trade, not even an early trade. Anyway, we come down to support on the US yen right here, hits it, bounces, valid trade. There's the entry, big move up. This went up, what have I got here? 74 pips. It made a move up that high. I mean, that was a big move, and the initial risk on that was 11 pips. So that was pretty good. There was, let me see here. Now let's go into pure London close trades. There were several of those today as well. Quite a day of trading. That's the way it goes. Like, you can go along for a few days. We even went for a week with no trades. Well, that's not very common, but I'm telling you, when that happens, you don't touch anything. You sit on your hands. You review the course. You do something else. You don't trade. This trade here, here's the actual London close time window. Then we have a new high made here. A new setup here because we're now into the London close time window. There was a buy here. Price went against this, never hit the stop. And look, and because of this price action here, we got out of this for break even too. Okay, just like that one we showed on the euro yen pair. So that's a break even trade on that one. Okay, so no blood, nothing there, no problem. Aussie US dollar pair. Well, here's another one. Came down to a really nice level of support, and again, all these other levels, they don't matter because they were either red flag news was coming out, we don't trade in front of that, or the swings weren't valid or something. Nothing was qualified until it hit this level here. That was the entry. Price went against and then climbed back up for over 1-to-1. This actually was a break-even trade for some people because of this price action. So either way, not a losing trade for sure. And then finally, the New Zealand US dollar pair. And I called that Aussie US dollar one, by the way. I call it a break-even trade for my tracking purposes. I don't try to embellish it by saying, oh yeah, that was a profit, you know. I would err on the side of caution. I always do. I'd rather understate everything than overstate anything. Again, you know, we come down to a great level. I mean, this was see that up in the upper left, that's that level? Well, by the time it got down there and the range had been exceeded and all that kind of stuff, a valid trade didn't set up. And here's the London close beginning of it. Here was the entry. Here's the move up. That's more than 1-to-1. Another profitable trade, or no worse than break even. I always call it profitable if it's 1-to-1 or greater, because you know that's what the members do. By the way, all these trades I've shown you, at least one member took these trades, every one of them. So it's not just me, you know, coming up in hindsight and saying, hey, yeah, look at all these great trades. And that's not the case. Members are taking the trades. So what I'm saying is this is very learnable by anyone who wants to learn to trade this kind of trading. It may not be for you. I'm not, you know, these are 5-minute charts and that might give you a headache. I don't know. But for those that like this kind of trading and very quick reward risk trades, it's pretty good. Some of them can be really huge very quickly as well. So anyway, those are the trades that are all set up. And yeah, if you have any questions about any of it, let me know. Be happy to answer. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I know that was a bit of a longer video than normal, but I just wanted to show you lots of examples. I hope they made sense. You know, you can see how objective they are when they set up, and when they do, it's pretty easy as far as execution goes. Either you take the trade or you don't. So yeah, and if that. Listen, I understand that this kind of trading isn't for everybody. If not, check out our longer term trading that my partner Darko LE handles. He does such a good job at that. Alrighty, and if you want more information, please don't ever hesitate to contact me. I'm happy to, I'll definitely get back to you or chat with you, whatever you need. Okay? Have a great weekend, everybody. We're sure going to have a good one in Vancouver here. The weather is just perking up quite nicely. Take care. Cheers.